Ace Combat Zero, Mission 4B, Operation Round Hammer.
Is it hammer time yet?
No. No. Get out. Okay, so yeah, this is our primarily air-to-ground one. We are going to be taking out the Belkan fleet and its port facilities in this mission. And Jesus Christ, look at all those ships.
Yep, that's a lot of ships. At least there's no Aegis or anything there, right?
I think there actually is one or two of them.
Oh, crap.
Yep, and of course, yep, we've unlocked the Gripen because this is the one where we have beaten Indigo Squadron, but we're not going to buy it because it costs a hell of a lot of money. And of course, as usual, fuck the MiG-21.
Yeah, that's a problem I mentioned in the thread. It's going to become quite more apparent a bit later on.
Yeah. So, of course, for this one, we are going to bring out our good old-fashioned F-1 bomber again. And, yeah, just to keep Pixie as our air-to-air support, even though there really aren't that many planes that are going to be showing up in this one.
Yeah, I may have looked away, but I only saw, like, 2 for the map there.
But then again, keep in mind, this is just what you're expecting. What actually shows up sometimes in missions is a completely different story.
Yep.
Golem team, commence operation. Eliminate the threat north of the canal.
So yeah, basically the interesting fact for this mission is, like, this whole, like, all 3 missions are more or less set in the exact same map, but it just takes place on different versions or different areas of that map. So, like, this one takes place, like, on the opposite end of the canal from where Operation Gelnikos takes place, and then Operation Costner takes place right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like I said about there being 52 missions that you picked 18 to play through. These 3 make it the most apparent because the action is in actual different parts of the map.
Like, I think this one is probably... It's got to be one of the larger maps in Zero, like, just because it covers so much area across all 3 missions.
Yeah.
So the decent thing in terms of, like, just a straight-out, like, target-to-ammo ratio is that the majority of the Belkan fleet is optional targets. It's only the big ones, like the cruisers and the carrier, and I think one of the Aegis that are critical targets.
Yeah, they want to give you optional targets without, optional that kind of take a hit to your ace style.
Yeah.
I mean, Knight's still gotta make money, too.
Yeah. And of course, like we said in the last video, this essentially is the soldier mission, more or less, in terms of its composition. And I think if we... Let's see if I zoom out on the mini-map here, you might even be able to see... Oh, nope, the Kestrel and its fleet don't appear in this one, it's the next one they show up in.
Allied forces, don't think you can leave this canal alive.
And I don't know if I show it off in this video, but, like, all the ships here have this really neat feature where if you hit them with the missiles and you destroy them, they actually sink and disappear off the map.
Yeah, I don't think any of the other games did that too. At least as far as I noticed.
4 did that. There's a mission coming up in Ace Combat 4 where it's more or less this, but an entire fleet that you have to take out. And yeah, they sink after you destroy them.
You know, I wasn't paying much attention. I only really noticed the AWACS naming them.
Missile warning. Radar lock. Box 2.
And yeah, like, depending on what type of ship it is, it has various hit points on it as well. Like, you saw the cruiser there had like both an active AA gun and SAM battery on it that you could take out, as well as its bridge, whereas the destroyers usually are just the bridge themselves. And there's a carrier interspersed in there, but the thing with the carrier is it's like it has a higher hit point threshold than the other ships in the fleet, so you need to, like, I think it's like 4 or 6 missiles it takes to finally sink it.
Destroy it with your gun.
Yeah. Yeah, just strafe the flight deck.
Doesn't actually take that long, really. I do it every time in Ace Combat 5's arcade mode.
Show off.
The first time I did it just to see if I could, and when I figured out I can, yeah.
Yeah, the thing you gotta watch out for with those ones, though, is, oh geez, yeah, Pixie popped that one off and actually neutralized it. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, with the ones that have, like, anti-air and SAM hit points on them are, you know, you kind of have to be careful doing strafing runs like that because you will take damage and in some cases actually die trying to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, there we go. There's an Aegis right there.
That was a lucky survival.
And I think, let's see, yeah, I might be... Oh no, I guess I do leave it be in that one. Cause I think there's like 1 or 2 of them that I just go and I take out just for spite. Actually, oh yeah, here it is. Oh, and not even that is enough to take it out. Jesus, Aegis ships are like crazy strong.
Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar.
Yeah,
Also, yeah,
I've been trying to bomb ships lately in Ace Combat 5 too, and I miss at least half the time.
yeah, I know, I'm kind of crappy with the unguided bombs, but there actually is a missile for one of the planes you can get that is specifically an anti-ship missile.
Yeah.
But the thing is, generally speaking, it's absolutely useless because you only get like 1 or 2 missions where you go up against sea-based targets per game.
Yeah.
Radar lock.
Like, yeah, they're usually big set-piece missions like this, but they are very, very rare.
Well, that's why Ace Combat goes, no, fuck that. You can use it on whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, who cares if a real harpoon would not work over land? Just use it on land targets. Who cares?
The enemy's locked onto you.
Well, at the very least, they do have the decency to make your specifically air-to-air missiles not target ground targets.
Yeah.
Target hit.
And here are 2 of the aces that spawn for this mission. You're going to start to see them a little bit more now that we're getting into higher difficulty missions.
Yeah,
But,
fun note,
yeah,
2 of the aces in this version of the mission, brother and sister. I think he just shot down the brother.
Yeah, I took down both of them, so we're gonna have to check the ace style to actually see if they survived or not. I think they die, but
Yeah,
like I said, I
remember
guess
one of them dies. I don't know about the other.
basically, Cypher is an asshole. A mute, dangerous asshole.
No, any asshole gets dangerous when you give him air-to-air weapons.
Yeah. Like, for every Ace Combat protagonist, but Cypher in particular, I'm always reminded of, like, GLaDOS's summary of Chell at the end of Portal 2, "You dangerous mute lunatic."
Yeah, that applies pretty well.
I heard there's a few Lucio mercenaries caught up in the mix.
Of course, Blaze sort of talks, although he can only say yes and no.
2 Lucio fighters. That eagle with a red wing. That's...
Or hate
yeah,
music, according to the thread.
Yeah, I was gonna reference the post from the thread to, like, fuck off.
Gone 1 and 2. The enemy forces are almost eliminated. Keep at it. Roger that. I'll watch your back.
So yeah, now that we're coming down to, like, the end of the mission, I more or less tell Pixie, okay, stop attacking, I want this money.
Of course, he's probably going to steal some kills anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you just had trouble switching targets to what you wanted right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, for after Mission 2 was posted, that's the sort of situation that the bore site was introduced for. So I've been having that problem all the time in 5.
Yeah, like, in 0, air-to-ground targets especially suffer from, like I like to call it essentially, like, the sticky target thing, where you know, you have the target you want to go for in view, but it just will not change, even no matter how many times you hammer the triangle button.
Yeah, vector thrust got mentioned in the thread too. That game has that problem a lot.
I actually checked that out on Steam. It seems like it might be decent, but I don't know. I don't feel like I want to go out and actually download it. So
Yeah.
you said that last time.
He really means it now.
Operation Raven was a success. It goes without saying that your actions greatly contributed to the overall success of campaign number 4101.
Again, how do you know this?
Will prove to be an invaluable resource to our forces.
It's like Hudson saying Vietnam went south like a month after Ted.
Well, you gotta remember, Zero is technically the prequel, so maybe he does know. What's that over there? Is that the script?